Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's good to have you back with us at Somaliland National Television, and I'm Mohammed Adam, here to present the English bulletin and these are the stories making headlines. The Somaliland chairman of Kulmiye calls on Somaliland citizens to vote on the eve of presidential elections. Members of the election observers granted exclusive interview to SLN TV. The Somaliland chairman of Kulmiye, Musa Bihi Abdi, called on citizens to vote on the eve of upcoming presidential elections. The chairman, Musa Bihi Abdi, speaking to SLN TV, stated that citizens should participate in the elections by turning out to the polling stations and vote for the party they favor without creating any acts disturbing the overall security of the nation. The chairman urged citizens to preserve peace which the country enjoyed over the years of its existence, which made it a beacon of hope for other post-conflict nations in Africa. He reiterated the necessity of hand-in-hand cooperation in preserving peace to ensure the country moves forward, while expected to have a new president in the next few days. The chiefs of Somaliland's armed forces held a joint press conference to discuss efforts by the security forces to tighten security. The chiefs of the army, the police and the custodial corps, collectively speaking to media, stated that the security forces have in the last few hours tightened security to ensure citizens enjoy security as usual on the eve of the presidential elections. At the time, citizens are expected to turn out to the polling stations tomorrow, November the 13th, 2017. They stated that borderline roads have been blocked to prevent people from entering the country until the exit polls have been announced. The Chief of Armed Forces discussed the necessity of peace and urged citizens to protect peace by cooperating with security forces to ensure that elections have taken place without any disturbance. Members of the International Election Observers in Somaliland granted an exclusive interview to SLN TV on the eve of presidential elections. Members of the International Election Observers, whom our reporters met, to discuss various issues regarding the upcoming presidential elections. They expressed their hope that election will be transparent and fairly occurred as it's been intended. The observers reiterated that Somaliland has become a beacon of peace and a template of transparency for its coeval nations by holding such elections without any malpractice. Speaking on various issues, they stated,
Somaliland has been very great. It's been very different from how I imagined it to be. And it's just been very welcoming, really friendly, very, very beautiful. I think it's important because it will hopefully legitimize the process. Hopefully it will help with any disputes that there are. Hopefully it will help assure that everything goes very smoothly, that that just to help resolve any disputes or things that might come up. Personally, I'm going to Gabile, and I will be going to different polling stations around Gabile and together with the team, because the team is very much split up, so everybody has different duties, but observing that everyone is voting, it goes smoothly with the cards, that everyone has access to the polling stations, no one's forbidden from entering, that there's no disputes, just observing that.
Actually, it's the third time, and every time I get more delighted. So I'm very happy to be back, and I'm here for the elections. We are here for the elections, and we wish you a good election day and a peaceful transition of power. I think the international observers, they do what they can in the past years with the voter registration and to make the elections happen in a peaceful process together with the National Electoral Committee, and I think they are a good team together. I will be with the observation team here in Hargeisa, and I will be there and help them, and at the same time I will be covering it for German media. actually, I know it's a very important thing that the recognition and that you can make contracts with other countries or companies and to continue developing your country. I think everything is going as good as it can, and every time I'm so impressed what you can do and what you have already reached. And yeah, I hope as a journalist I can support you. I was following you on Facebook and I saw the live streams of the presidential debate. And I follow Somaliland media in Germany, and I think they all did a good job in presenting what they will do for the country, what they want, and I think they made their positions clear, and I think the voter can decide what's best.
I think it's very promising. There's a lot of progress. It's a lot better than it is portrayed in the media. I've been pleasantly surprised by how welcoming everyone is, by how much everyone's putting efforts to make this country a better place. Pretty much all of them, to be fair. All of them I've seen. So obviously working to supervise the elections, I've seen a lot of progress in that regard. I've seen a lot of progress visiting schools, and also we were at a medical faculty, and I was pleasantly surprised as well by how much everyone's committed to their fields. So we're going to be supervising elections in Gabile.
And that's it for this edition of the English Bulletin. From me and the rest of the team, thank you for joining us. Catch us tomorrow at the same time.